Have you ever thought about why at unexpected moments your rosary can break? Many consider it a simple case, a pure coincidence, but is it really just that? Perhaps there's a deeper spiritual meaning behind this event. With this video, we will delve into this mystery in the light of Catholic theology, trying to understand more clearly what a symbol so dear to the faithful can reveal. The breaking of the rosary, in fact, could represent a call to interior renewal, a divine invitation to reflect and rediscover one's faith. Catholic theology guides us to interpret these moments as signs, instruments through which God communicates with us, inviting us to live more consciously and to strengthen our spiritual journey. If you want to enrich your theological knowledge and grow in faith, stay until the end of this video. We will explore together the value of religious objects and their role in our journey of faith. The Rosary, like other sacramentals, is much more than a simple set of beads for prayer. It is a sign of deep devotion, a vehicle of grace, spiritual protection. But what does it really mean when such a precious object breaks unexpectedly? Many Catholics, when this happens, are disturbed, wondering whether it is a sign of misfortune or something more. The tradition of the Church teaches us that blessed objects have a value that goes beyond matter. They carry a sacred symbolism. When the Rosary breaks, it could be telling us something about our spiritual life. Understanding these events with the eyes of faith helps us live them with serenity and meaning. In this video, we will try to understand the true theological value behind these signs. In Catholic theology, objects such as the Rosary are sacramentals, instruments of grace, which do not operate automatically like the sacraments, but which depend on the disposition of the heart of the person who uses them and on the blessing of the Church. They are not immune to physical deterioration, but when a sacramental breaks, it may have a dimension that goes beyond the simple physical fact. Catholic tradition teaches that God can speak through visible signs to protect, warn, or call the faithful to a life of greater intimacy with Him. Some theologians believe that in certain cases, the breaking of a rosary can symbolize an interruption of grace, especially in moments of spiritual trial, an invitation to examine one's actions, to repent, to renew oneself in faith and prayer. Other times, however, it could just be a normal sign of wear and tear, devoid of spiritual meaning. In this context, true wisdom lies in knowing how to discern the profound meaning of what happened, through prayer, the advice of a priest, and reflection on one's own spiritual condition. When a rosary breaks, in fact, there can be many spiritual interpretations, referring both to the teachings of the Church and to the experiences of saints and mystics. Many Catholic saints, in fact, have recounted having received signs from God through unexpected events, such as the breaking of sacred objects. St. Pio of Pietrelcina often taught that God can use visible signs to attract the attention of the faithful, especially in moments of trial or need for deeper devotion. Some Catholics thus see the breaking of the rosary as a divine warning, a push to reevaluate their prayer life, or to undertake a path of spiritual renewal. In times of difficulty, breaking a rosary can appear as an invitation to intensify prayer and seek a more intimate relationship with God. However, the practical aspect should not be forgotten. Material objects, even the most sacred, are subject to natural deterioration, and breakage may not have any specific spiritual implications. It is therefore essential to face such events with discernment, avoiding superstitions and instead resorting to a reliable spiritual guide, such as a confessor or a church minister. Regardless of the cause, the message that Catholic theology suggests to us is that breaking the rosary can represent a call to humility and trust. Through prayer and reflection, the faithful can find the peace and direction needed to understand whether the event has a deeper meaning, or whether it is merely a sign of the transitory nature of earthly objects, even sacred ones. This balanced view allows for a healthy perspective and a more mature spiritual practice. When a rosary breaks, it is essential to know how to react with a spiritually appropriate and practical attitude. The first response should be a short prayer, asking God for understanding and discernment regarding what happened. This initial moment of prayer is precious. It calms the mind and heart of the faithful, avoiding impulsive or anxious reactions and encouraging silent reflection, with the trust that every event, even what appears to be a simple accident, has a meaning in the divine plan. If the broken rosary is a blessed object, Catholic tradition suggests that, if possible, it be repaired and reconsecrated by a priest. This reconsecration not only renews the blessing, but becomes a reminder of the divine grace that flows through the sacramentals. If repair is not possible, it is advisable to replace it with a new rosary, which in turn should be blessed before being used. This underlines the importance of blessing sacred objects, making them instruments of grace and protection in the life of the faithful. In addition to the physical repair of the rosary, the faithful could dedicate themselves to a short novena, a series of special prayers or other devotional practices that can rekindle the interrupted time of prayer. These acts strengthen faith and renew spiritual commitment, transforming the inconvenience into an opportunity to grow in communion with God. The breaking of the rosary, in fact, can be understood in certain cases as an invitation to immerse oneself more deeply in prayer, offering more time not only to the rosary, but also to practices that strengthen the soul and the bond with the Lord. It is essential to remain calm and serene when dealing with such events, remembering that any interpretation must be made with prayer and discernment. Avoiding superstition is essential, recognizing that while God is able to communicate through visible signs, not all material events necessarily carry spiritual meaning. However, if the heart remains restless, it may be useful to seek spiritual advice. Turning to a priest, confessor, or spiritual director will help you receive more personal guidance, grounded in the principles and teachings of the Church. The key is to face these moments with balance, with the trust that even trials can be transformed into opportunities for growth in faith. The breaking of the rosary, whether it is a spiritual signal or just the result of normal deterioration, can nevertheless offer an opportunity for humility and trust in divine providence. Through prayer, reflection, and spiritual counsel, the faithful will find peace and clarity, understanding that every experience, including difficulties, is part of a larger divine plan. We sincerely hope that you have been able to grasp the spiritual meaning that can be hidden behind breaking the rosary in the light of Catholic theology. Remember that whether it is a spiritual sign or simply wear and tear, what matters most is how you react and how you grow spiritually from this event. If by chance the broken rosary can no longer be repaired, we invite you to view the content that you will find on the final screen of this video. Now we would like to know your experience. Has anything similar ever happened to you? Share your story in the comments. It could be of comfort and inspiration to other faithful on the journey. If this content was useful to you and enriched your journey in faith, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive updates on new videos of Catholic spirituality. Thank you for joining us, and may God bless you on your journey of faith.